Okay, so it should be a quick one. Yeah, I'll just post a link to an article containing some alarming statistics concerning some of the dropout rates in the US. And same thing pretty much goes for Canada. We got slightly better statistics on this, but nothing to brag home about. Basically, yeah, I mean, with the advancement of technology, we have seen the dropout rates decline. It's just mind-boggling. So when you look through this, you can see other links as well connected to it, but I mean, the teachers union and professionals when it comes to this, you know, child professionals, they keep thinking that the best way to improve this problem is to keep throwing money at the institution, keep throwing money, get, you know, hire better teachers, pay them more, give the teachers incentive, blah blah blah, all this kind of bullshit. It's just been so clear to me since fucking grade 1, and this goes for every shitty student I've known in my day-to-day life back in the day. And it's only been reinforced, this conviction. It's only been strengthened during my time on YouTube, because I've met so many people that, I mean, they had the same experiences. But what I'm talking about is basically its incentive. What kind of incentive does a shitty student, the average shitty student, you know, the prototype failure type student, what kind of a motivation does that kind of student need? Does that student need better teachers? Does that student need a more, you know, an environment that's more conducive to learning? You know, where they can have, you know, where the institution provides for some extracurricular activities that of course cost money. Is that what the student needs, or does the student simply need a hands-on reward for graduating? A practical incentive. So what do we tell students? All students. So put yourself in the mind of a kid who, you know, comes from the slumps, broken home, family is, you know, fucked up, and that this is a daily thing for them. And then he goes to school and then he listens to how, you know, career day, for instance. And they talk about how when you graduate high school, you get to go to college, or if you get really good grades, you get to go to university straight away. And you get to major. You have to take a bunch of courses. You can't just major in the one course you want to do, you know, in your profession. You gotta have that accompanied by a bunch of other bullshit. And if you play that game the right way, 10 years later or 5 years later, you're gonna get your diploma. And then you can get whatever job you want, provided that you play the interview game the right way and just play the whole politics game the right way, if you want to retain that job. Not to mention that you're going to be over your head in debt by the time you graduate, but that's another story as well. So this is what the average kid who, I mean, like I said, the average kid who drops out is the type of kid who's going to have a shitty home life and the whole 9 yards. So this is what we're telling that type of psychology. An ultimate climb the ladder type of thing, 10 or 15 years down the line. That pays off 10 or 15 years down the line. Now, what sense does that make? Is the psychology of this kind of, these kids are often bitter. Is this conducive to their psychology? Yes, it's going to pay off. All the hard work is going to pay off in 15 or in 10 years. No. What we need to do, the rational thing to do, if we want to give these kids an incentive to acquire education, is we need to tell them that they're going to have a practical, hands-on reward. What I mean by that is, yeah, they pass a high school equivalency exam, boom, they get the reward, they get paid. And how do we come up with that money? Well, what's the key to education? Motivation. It's not the students, it's not the institution, it's not these extracurricular activities that accompany the institution 9 times out of 10. And this shit takes up a lot of money. So undo this. Undo the institution, undo the crap that comes, you know, the baggage that comes with it, you get a lot of money. But the main squeeze of this argument is we would not have to waste, how much do we waste on teachers on a yearly basis? We would not have to pay teachers anymore. Because you don't need, I mean, it's just an archaic notion, the idea that you need to, the only way to acquire information is to have another human being convey it to you. That's bullshit. We can have all this, I mean, as it is right now, all this information is available online. The only problem is it's not available in any sort of organized way. And, of course, there's online courses and stuff like that, and that's kind of what I'm driving to, is we make, instead of the institution being the standard, you know, all these online courses will be the standard. And obviously we would not undo the lessons the teachers teach. They would still be a part of the lesson plan, only instead of paying the teachers to do it every single year, to repeat the same ABC every single year, we would simply videotape the best teachers giving students to the best, giving lessons to the best students, interacting with the best students, having their Q&As, all that sort of stuff. We would videotape that and take advantage of the fact we're living in 21st fucking century, and we would make it widespread all over the internet. So if someone does need that personal touch, they can get it electronically. They can get the interactions. They can view them firsthand. And if someone really does need, the personal, literal personal touch, well, they can always hire a tutor. The point is that to acquire information, the majority of the people who fail to do so fail to do it not because they don't have good enough teachers and the rest of that bullshit. It's because they don't have an incentive to do so, a practical incentive. And just as simple as that. So the money that we would pay teachers would simply go to paying graduates for passing high school equivalency exam. I'm sure, and I'll post a link to Emendum did a whole channel on this about a year ago, but he hasn't made any videos on it since, so I'll just might as well pick this up again. But yeah, his proposal was, you give us 1,000 students and have the students acquire information through just internet, through watching these videotapes of lessons performed by the best teachers for the best students, and see who gets the better overall grades. The students who are going to get paid for getting the grades, or the students who would acquire their information through the traditional method. And I'd like to see this experiment done. And if you'd like to see this experiment done, let me know. And if it's a no, let me know why. Because, it would just be so interesting to see that. I'm just fucking positive that the students being told, yeah, you're going to get some money out of graduating, some big-time cash, and it would be big-time cash. Yeah, they would, they would not fuck that opportunity up.